And good morning, everyone, from all of us at FATV, Fitchburg Access Television. Very happy to bring you today's game between the Red Raiders of Fitchburg High School and the Blue Devils of Leominster High School. This is the 134th overall meeting. We get into that meeting thing. One says it's 134, one says 110 Turkey Day games. However you want it, Mike Flynn. 135, 110. It's a lot of meetings.
It's a lot of meetings, and everybody, they mix in playoff games now and all that other stuff, but it's Thanksgiving Day, it's Fitchburg, Leominster, and that's all that counts.
Before we get the game started and the national anthem and some of those other activities, there is going to be a special ceremony. There'll be a special ceremony saluting Marco Landon, a longtime coach here at Fitchburg High School, played in Leominster High School and is in both Hall of Fames. And I knew Marco when he was a gym teacher and I was growing up. A great guy and a nice honor that is going to be bestowed on him today. It's just that where it was before, there was no real ceremony, and it's kind of where nobody wanted to put a monument. Now they put a monument there that everybody can see, and is I think more of an honor to Marco than anyone else.
Yeah, when you can see it now, I guess they're going to move all. There's I think there's a World War I monument up on the hill behind a tree that eventually they're going to move down into that area to make it all in one place here at Crocker Field.
Well, we'll be getting the ceremony in just a brief moment. People are still, of course, coming in. It is a late arriving crowd at Doyle Field, at Crocker Field.
You were reading the telegram, weren't you?
Okay. We'll be straightening out some things in just a moment. But let's go to Chris Woods right now and get the ceremony honoring Marco Landon.
This morning, Fitchburg High School Athletic Department and the Crocker Field Restoration Committee would like to honor the memory of Marco Landon. Marco was a graduate of Leominster High School, where he was an outstanding football player. He went on to star at Boston University with the likes of teammate Harry Aganis. While at BU, he set an Orange Bowl record by recording 2 safeties against the University of Miami. After graduating from BU, he came to Fitchburg to start his storied teaching and coaching career. He served as a teacher at FHS from 1962 through 1992 and served as head football coach from 1965 to 1977. His 1972 team won the Division I Super Bowl championship in the state's inaugural Super Bowl game with a 22-6 win over Greenfield. Marco is a member of the Massachusetts State Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame, the Fitchburg High School Athletic Hall of Fame, and the Leominster Football Hall of Fame. Here with us today are his children, Tom, Debbie, Craig, and Denise, daughter-in-law Joanne, and grandchildren Sadie, TJ, and Nicole, and many of Marco's former players, coaches, and friends. At this time, we ask the Landon family to unveil the bench to honor Marco's memory for years to come. Congratulations to the Landon family and to the memory of a great person and coach, Marco Landon.
Very nice little ceremony for Marco Landon, and I'll be taking some pictures now, and the game will be starting up in a little while. The bands, Fitchburg and Leominster, are waiting for the national anthem. We'll have that for you in a second, but let's talk about the game for a little bit, Mike. I think, my opinion, in watching Fitchburg during the year, they've got to score first. They are not a come-from-behind team. And if they can score first and hang in there on these 11-minute quarters, who knows? But I think scoring first that's got to happen for Fitchburg High School.
Yeah, they've got to do something positive early in the game to get some confidence up. as looking at their schedule, they really struggled down the stretch, both offensively and defensively. And if you let Leominster get out a couple of touchdowns ahead, they just don't have that offensive ability. As you mentioned, they don't have that big play. They're a three yards in a cloud of dust kind of team. So I agree with you. They've got to do something early, and a quick touchdown would do great wonders for them to help their confidence in today's game.
And you've also got a tough thing too with a freshman quarterback starting out for the Red Raiders due to injuries and so forth. That makes it two. I mean, a freshman quarterback and a Thanksgiving Day game, but it's going to be a learning experience for the youngster.
Well, the only good thing about that, he's had a couple of weeks to prepare. It's not like we've seen a couple of games where quarterbacks got hurt during the first quarter games and you had to put a freshman in with no experience. But Andrew Brooks is known for a while he's going to be starting this game, so he should be ready mentally. We'll just see if he has enough help as Fitchburg is really kind of decimated with injuries.
Fitchburg does have an outstanding runner, and we've seen him a couple of times this year, and that's Alex Marrero, who's number 33, and he's the go-to guy for Fitchburg today.
Yeah, and I'm sure Leominster knows that also. As many of the teams we've seen coming to Crocker Field play this year, their number one defensive strategy is stop number 33 first. And we've seen most defenses come up, play 8-9 men up on the line of scrimmage, and really try to take 33 out of the ball game early and force Fitchburg to go somewhere else.
And I don't know if the National Anthem will be starting, I guess, in a little while, so they're getting ready for that. Leominster, on the other hand, Mike, their quarterback has led them throughout, Noah Gray, and they've had their big injuries at the beginning of the year. The big one was to Derek Franks. And quarterback, this is the guy to watch out for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, big kid, can throw the football, and has had some good games and struggled in others. And, Leominster came down the stretch. They got a big win in their last regular season game against St. John's. Came back the next week and hosted St. John's in the first playoff game and got beat. And then totally no-showed against Marlboro, which is understandable as the game meant absolutely nothing in this new system. And they got hammered down at Kelleher Field, their last game of the year.
Well, I know they don't want to end their season on that. They want to go up on a high note, absolutely. And was very surprised at that game, the Marlboro game. That was very unlike a Leominster team that we've seen a lot in many, many years. Usually they bounce back, but and that's to take nothing away from Marlboro. They played very well that game.
Well, unfortunately, with the new system, once you're out of the playoffs, the games are a glorified exhibition game, really, and they played it like that one as Marlboro just took it to them for all four quarters.
Weather conditions, considering all the years that we've been down doing this game, great. No breeze to talk of, a brand new flag up there on the flagpole. The ground is going to be a little bit loose. It's that time of the year where it kind of hardens up at night, and then as the game goes on, gets a little bit slick. But actually, it looks pretty good. Tom Shea said earlier in the week it was a couple of rough days weather-wise. Decided not to do it, and instead got this, and looks pretty good. Leominster, of course, has their turf. Fitchburg still has the natural field, and a lot of people like that natural field. I know, being on the restoration committee, there are some donors out there eager to get some money and pass it on to the restoration fund, but they want it to stay a grass field.
Well, because grass is harder to take care of, but we can have this discussion. This discussion can last for an hour. But the question I have about the artificial surfaces, how long do they last? Because 10 years from now, if you have to replace that field at Doyle, where are you going to get the $800,000 to do it? I mean, you look at some of the older fields, and you already see worn spots in it. And that field at Doyle gets a lot of use. I mean, everybody plays down there. So it's nice now. Talk to me in 10 years and see what condition that artificial surface is in.
Well, both teams are still in their locker rooms. Right underneath us is head coach Dave Palazzi and his group, and across the way, Coach Walker for Fitchburg High School. And I said the crowd continues to come in on a peekaboo day as far as the sun and clouds are today, but shouldn't be much of a factor at all.
No, it's supposed to be perfect, and actually helps the people out with the sun in because you can read the scoreboard easier. Although the new scoreboard, we can still read it when the sun's out, but when the clouds are out, it comes in fine.
We're just waiting for the band to get all queued up and ready to go here for our national anthem, as they've done for the last, I don't know how many years, it seems like maybe 10 years that the bands do a collaborative effort, and kind of nice to have both bands out there and performing at halftime and also the national anthem.
I believe they're waiting for both teams to take the field before they play the national anthem.
Of course, the Fitchburg Leominster game is this. If you've had a bad year and you've had a tough year and you win this game, it's all that matters. It's really all that matters, is that you win on Thanksgiving Day. You remember it. Your classmates remember it. Everybody remembers their time, their senior year. And that's why it's obviously a busy day and a big day for the seniors for both teams.
Yeah, you're pretty much a conversation when you meet somebody from either Fitchburg or Leominster that play football. You ask them how they did on Thanksgiving Day, and I won 2, lost 2, we won all 4. So that's one of the first questions you get, especially around here.
It's going to be what was some games last night that were played?
I guess Monty Tech won, and Quabbin beat Lunenburg handily down in Lunenburg last night in the first meeting of that Thanksgiving Day matchup, or Thanksgiving Eve.
Congratulations to Monty Tech. What a outstanding year they've had under Coach Salila, and FHS grad, and they played very well.
Yeah, I guess they get to play in a playoff game now later this week or the middle of next week, though, a Voc Bowl.
Here come the Red Raiders. They are just coming on the field.
Let's go, boys!
Earlier in the year, they had a couple of wins. They had that tough game with Brockton. They played them very well. They played them physical. Went on and got a couple of wins with Shrewsbury and North Middlesex, but never got any kind of momentum after that Brockton game. The momentum didn't follow them after that game.
Yeah, they had such a tough start, especially on their schedule. They opened up with Brockton, and they followed up with the eventual Super Bowl finals to Neshoba. And then they played St. John's the first 3 weeks. That's a heck of a tough schedule to start with. And as you mentioned, they got a couple of wins after that, but really after the middle of the year, they really struggled, especially offensively. They couldn't score, and the defense, which we thought would be the strong point of this team, really hasn't had the ability to get the other team off the field most of the season.
And off to our left is the Blue Devils. They are just entering the field wearing their blue tops and bottoms and the white helmets. The Red Raiders are in their red and white, and here come the Blue Devils across the way, led by head coach Dave Palazzi. Tough losses this year. Obviously, the last loss sticks out to Marlborough, and then the comeback play St. John's back-to-back. And tough to beat St. John's back-to-back, and Leominster couldn't do it. And that's why they're one of the reasons why they're not in the playoffs.
Which was, they handled St. John's quite easily. The score didn't show it, but really the first time they played, they handled them pretty
really
easily. They had a pretty big lead, and St. John's got a couple by the ways to make the final score look better. But the second game, St. John's took it to them early, and Leominster was always trying to catch up after the first half, and they just ran out of time.
Referees are going to be coming out just a moment. Bill Goslin is the referee. And Goose has been doing this game for a while.
Yeah, he has. And
you remember years ago they used to bring him in from like Pawtucket and Providence?
Oh, when they used to bring those college guys in, it was awful.
Each game was 4 hours long.
Those guys thought they were the star of the show. And it was a flag fest.
That was a while ago.
That was back in the 80s, and the 70s and early 80s when they would bring in the college crew, and I think they had a quota.
Tyree Hampton, we didn't mention him either. He's out there wearing number 9, and obviously with the sweats on, he will not be a participant in today's game.
Yeah, I think he pulled a hamstring in the last game against Algonquin, and he'll be out. And as you mentioned, both quarterbacks at the start of the year are both out.
Let's go right back to the field and ceremony going on there. So we'll go down the field right now. I don't think you're going to get much of the audio down there, but we'll just stick with this. And
if you read lips at home, you'll be you'll be very good. Other than that,
but going back to those days when they shipped in the officials, certainly changed. And I think maybe right after that is when Gosselin started doing the games. I don't know if Loftus did any of these or not. I'm not sure.
we remember Larry Fletcher was on the crew for a long time.
Yeah.
Leominster wins the toss.
Leominster won the toss?
Yep. I would think they're going to take. I would think they'll take the ball, and they do.
And the teams will get ready to go. Boy, that is going to be tough over there on that scoreboard. So we have it up here for you, so we'll be able to give you little updates because of the
It
sun.
should be on screen too, so you'll be able to pick it up on our monitor here as the people will at home.
Yeah. The national anthem coming your way. As looks like the band has been out there for 5 or 10 minutes. As this game will start a couple of minutes late. Here's the national anthem, Leominster and Fitchburg High School bands.
Some key players to watch on both sides of the ball today for the visiting Leominster Blue Devils. Number 3, Kyle Jackson. Number 4, Keith Jackson. Number 5, Matthew Price. Number 6, Dylan Randall Kainer. Number 7, Justin Cabral. Number 19, Noah Gray. Number 28, Angel Colina. Number 38, John
Okay,
Benham.
the bands will be making their way off the field here.
Number 50, Dylan Nadeau.
Steady stream of people
Number
coming.
54, Antonio
There's plenty of time to get
Centenaste.
down here. It's a
Number
beautiful day.
55,
Actually,
Brendan Burns. Number 64, Jonathan Kingman.
actually light
Number 78, Christian Nunez.
jacket wear.
Number
Light to
74,
light to
Edward
medium.
Cudahy. And number
jacket
81,
stuff.
Connor Skinner. And those boys will be
Blue
on
Devils will
action on both
receive.
sides of the ball. For our Red
They
Raiders,
are
number
off
2,
to
Andrew
our
Brooks.
left.
Number 3, C.J. Byers.
Keith
Number 6,
Jackson
John
is on the
Gillette.
far side.
Number 33, Alex Morero. Starting with 51, Facundo Isis, but
And,
you'll be seeing him wearing 86.
And there's Kyle Jackson on the near
Mark
side.
Merchant, Marley Keating wearing number 8 this morning.
There were a couple of changes tonight. Or today, you have those.
One will start with the kicker, Facundo Isis, who's been wearing 51 all year, or most of the year, is wearing 86 right now.
Yeah, he's out there now.
Making his first start today, number 79, Kyle Kupanen. And also seeing some action today, number 7, Evan DeLeon. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our key players for both teams. Getting ready for the kickoff here by the Red Raiders. And as always, number 51, Facundo Isis to do the kicking.
So it's going to be 86 your kicker.
Kyle Jackson,
Isis, is that correct?
That's correct.
number 4.
And the Jacksons are back, and we are underway. It's a low line drive kick that's picked up, kind of slipped at the 25, far side 30, 35, 40, up to midfield. He could be going all the way down to the 20, the 10, and it is a touchdown.
That is number 11, Daniel Roche, returning the opening kickoff.
Here's your replay.
It's been a bugaboo for Fitchburg for a couple of years. It's been special team coverage on kicks. And it's a low line drive kick that Trucci will kick. Well, number 11 will catch on the go. And once he gets around the corner, there's 2 guys to beat. And everybody just got out of their lanes all over on the right side and gave Daniel Troche a gift touchdown here on the opening kick. That was way too easy.
Right along the Leominster sideline. They'll go for the extra point. Snap is down. The kick is up, and it hit the bar. No good.
Christian Lewis, the kicker for Leominster.
And so in the first play of the game, the Blue Devils lead 6-0. And as I said earlier, Mike, I thought that Fitchburg had to score first if they had any chance. And that did not happen.
That took 7 seconds to ruin that theory.
The quarterback for Fitchburg High School today will be with a freshman. His name is Andrew Brooks. He'll be wearing number 2. The last freshman I can remember is Alan Toomley's son, Jason, who took a beating in his freshman game at Doyle Field, but learned from it and became a pretty good quarterback.
No, he didn't start that game, did he?
No, he didn't.
Because somebody got hurt
Yeah.
in the opening, early in the first quarter.
Yeah. So after the quick Leominster touchdown, they will kick off, and on the far side, it's C.J. Byers, number 3, and Marrero. Mr. Everything on the near side. Kickoff, squibbles up to the 25-yard line, far side 30. Puts his head down and is shy of the 35-yard line, back to the 34-yard line, first and 10 Fitchburg. And we got a chance to see a little bit about Brooks a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he played against Dunstable in Fitchburg's last home game and got considerable time in at quarterback in that game.
They put the ball right at the 32-yard line, where it will be a first. Pardon me. The play is underway. They go to the right side and go over the 35-yard line, gain of a couple on that play. They'll bring up a second down play and about 8.
Looking at Leominster's defense on that first play, they had all 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
At the 35-yard line, here's Brooks. And Brooks gives to the first man and gets some pretty good yardage up to the 45 before he's turned back. We'll see what kind of
That was ISIS, the fullback.
mark they get, and they get a first down.
Yep. Sneak the fullback up in a quick hitter. And a good 8-yard gain by Facundo Isis.
I don't know if we can get a chance to look at that. Was there a time on that? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I thought I saw Goslin stop. Now I guess they're ready to go. Chain problems.
Bad link.
The missing link. At the 43. Second man is Marrero on the right side. And Marrero plunges over the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Second down coming up.
Red Raiders come out in the wishbone the last two plays. Haven't seen that formation in a while. I don't think we'll see the true wishbone offense, but
9:29 it looks like left in the quarter.
Brooks looking things over here at the 45. Second man near side goes right up to midfield. Byers is the guy that got it up to the 50-yard line. It brings up a third down and 4. Brooks looking him over. And all sorts of movement. No whistles, though.
I think Leominster was offside, so Fitchburg's going to free play and a first down. They didn't kill the play at the line of scrimmage.
No, they didn't. Bill Goslin says he's going to go against Leominster, and that will give Fitchburg a first down. Wasn't just one guy on that play.
No, I don't know if Andrew Brooks was able to get him with a change in the cadence or a hard count, but it looked like a couple of Blue Devils jumped across. And they give Fitchburg a first down in the Blue Devil territory.
At the 45-yard line, Marrero, right side, plunges up to about the 42-yard line. Seems as though he likes going to his right more than his left.
Well, most teams have a dominant side they like to run to. Usually the side of your best offensive lineman.
42-yard line.
And so saw Fitchburg with this full house of wishbone backfield has run the ball pretty well here in their first possession.
At the 42-yard line, Brooks gives to the first man right up the middle. That's Isis number 86. Isis goes over the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. Got to get to the 35 for a first. So as you see there, here's the replay. He's a load. We've mentioned that several times during the year. Big guy. And apparently they're going to use him a little more on the offensive side of things. Third down play. And Guerrero goes for a yard or two. Justin Kebro was in on the tackle. Brooks going over to talk to head coach Walker.
No decision on the to punt the ball here. They decided to go for it right away.
Fourth and a long 2. Like he slipped there. He got over the 35. And they got a first down.
Well, that was a heck of a push by the middle of the Fitchburg line because, as you mentioned, it looked like Isis slipped as he came out of his three-point stance. And but Fitchburg had a big enough push in the middle of the line to give Isis a chance to regain his balance and get the first down.
Yeah, still trying to push that ball up another yard. First and 10 for the Red Raiders. Trailing 6-0. All sorts of movement.
Yeah, that time it was Fitchburg that jumped.
And that is the call.
Those are the kind of mistakes that really kill drives. Is you just got a big first down on 4th and 2. And you come out and jump early on first down.
The center, wasn't it?
I think it might have been the guard on that
Right
side.
on that side, yeah, right side. So after the penalty, put it right at the 40-yard line. Brooks turns, gives to the second man. That's Marrero trying to get around, but he was wrapped up and thrown down. Nice defensive play there for the Blue Devils. Anthony Dandini in on the stop.
It looks like this might be a big play to start after Marrero breaks a tackle here at the line of scrimmage, but Leominster got so many guys up at the line of scrimmages, you got to beat 4 or 5 tacklers to get a big play.
They will put the ball at the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 13. Brooks, second man. Marrero trying to cut and couldn't do it. Nice defensive play on the far side. That was one of the Jacksons.
I think it was Kyle, number 3.
3, Kyle Jackson. Here it is.
Yeah, he's going to come up from that cornerback or linebacker spot. Does a nice job of wrapping up Alex Marrero and right to the ground. Nice one-on-one tackle. And the Fitchburg offense now in a situation they're not primed to be in 3rd and 11.
Coming to the rear side, Marrero over the 30. Fumble! The ball is loose.
Still loose.
It's still loose, and I think Fitchburg recovered it. I think 52 was down there. There's another red helmet down there, too.
Yep.
And the Red Raiders.
It's the Red Raiders. Let's see if we can catch that on replay. Here it is.
Well, a little toss sweep here to Marrero, and it looks like he's got some running room as he turns the corner, and the ball just pops loose. Now, Leominster has an opportunity here, but a couple of guys, they try to pick it up and run with it instead of just falling on it.
There it is.
And then eventually, it might be Marrero who ended up getting back his own fumble.
I think you're right. I think it was Marrero.
There's also a flag on the play. Where'd that come from? So instead of being 4th down and about a yard, it's going to be 3rd down and 20.
That one hurts.
Looks like they need 21 to pick up this first
You
down.
see what the call was?
It was holding, but I didn't even see the flag come out.
Well, that's unfortunate. It moves the ball back to the 45-yard line.
In the quarter.
3rd down and 21.
This time Brooks.
And the first pass of the day by the Red Raider quarterback. And it is caught by Marrero at the 36-yard line. They've still got to get down to the 24 for a first down.
They got about half of it back on the play. Nice one-handed catch by Alex Marrero. Has to go up with the right hand and gather it in before he's driven out of bounds that time by the other Jackson Keith. Fitchburg with 4th and 11 at the Blue Devil 35 will go for it.
They've had the ball quite a while here in this first quarter, but
yeah, about 8 minutes on his drive.
A big penalty call against them hurts. 4th and long. And whistle or timeout?
We got a timeout from the Fitchburg bench. Yep.
Okay. Coaching staff's going to have a little talk there.
There's not a long list of plays on 4th and 11, but
Fourth down and long. Brooks will go back to pass. In trouble. In big trouble and sacked. Coach,
for the
You
Red
hear the
Raiders.
Fitchburg coaches upstairs
Take over on down.
upset that they thought that one of the Red Raider offensive
First and
receivers was wide open, but Andrew Brooks didn't find him, and you just can't hold the ball that long. They gave him enough time to throw it early, but eventually the protection breaks down, the sack, and the Blue Devils will take over at their own 47.
I was watching Dave Palazzi. He was out near the hash marks. I don't know what he was screaming about, maybe just to get his team up or something like that. I don't know if it was a referee call. But he was way out on the field and was escorted back to the sideline. Here are the Blue Devils for the first time in the first quarter, leading by 6.
Gray rolls to his
And
left.
going to go back to pass. Looks, throws, caught. Dandini, 40, 30, and pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Pick up over 30 yards on that catch. And a first down for the Blue Devils.
Catch that replay for you. Got that ball away just in a nick of time, as you'll watch here. Pretty good pressure, but he unloads it.
That was almost pass interference there by Jackson as he kind of picked the Fitchburg defensive back as the ball was in the air. Just a little bit of a rub.
First down play. Dandini back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Some people saying there's a fumble, but they come
I
off
think that
the
was
pile.
more
and-
wishful thinking than
yes,
anything.
it was.
And I didn't see the ball come loose. Usually you can tell by the reaction of the players that the ball's loose. And
You could hear it from the stands. That doesn't count. Although there was one famous episode, the throw the flag in episode that we remember from years ago.
I don't think we'll have that anymore.
Back to pass, throwing to the end zone. Jump ball, caught. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Just a jump ball, and the Blue Devils come down with it, and they lead 12-0. Here it is.
That was Noah Gray who caught the ball.
Yep.
A little push
There
off.
he is.
That was a little push off. As the two hands in the back of C.J. Byers to clear him out of the way.
So the quarterback makes the play.
I'm not sure who threw it.
I don't know if we can re-rack that. Can we see who threw that ball? They'll go for 2. Here's the replay. I can't see the
38.
Was it 38? 38.
Yeah.
Hey, beautiful boys.
John Benham.
There he is. Well, there you go.
Going for 2.
Gonna look to pass. Being pressured and throws it anyways, where it is incomplete. The 2-point conversion is no good. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. And Leominster's lead now is 12-0. Here's the pass.
A heck of a job.
here's
This is a heck of a job by Gray to throw this ball this far with a Fitchburg defender hanging all over him. It was
Borcheldt is the guy who was
Thomas
there, yeah.
Borcheldt was wrapped all around him, and he was going to the ground, but still threw that ball about 20 yards going to the ground.
So 2 big plays have Leominster with this lead, 2-touchdown lead. Want to welcome a lot of folks back, a lot of folks coming back for the holidays and having a big afternoon today or evening. Welcome back. As I'm sure a lot of the local watering holes were rather busy last night, as they generally are.
This is nowhere near the crowds that they used to be, but compared to last year, when it was played on Saturday and the weather was 20 degrees, 30 degrees colder, this
Yeah.
is a good crowd.
Yeah. Okay, Red Raiders will receive the kickoff after that 2-point conversion was no good. And it's a dribble. A nice catch at the 40-yard line. And a whack as the Blue Devils put on that gets everybody fired up on the Blue Devils side. And we can see that hit again.
It's number 6, Dylan Rano.
There it is. Who?
Tanner, number 6, just launches into Hano's body.
Okay, we'll see what the Raiders can do right at the 40-yard line. Moved the ball pretty well their last series of drives, but could not capitalize. And this time the player was thrown back a couple of yards. That play just looked off on that. Didn't look right.
Well, as we thought, Fitchburg's game plan here was to control the ball on the ground and try to win a low-scoring game. Unfortunately, through the long kickoff return to start the game and then that 3-play drive, they've been on the offense has been on the field most of the game, but they're trailing 12-0.
We'll go back to pass. Gets clobbered, throws, and is incomplete. Wow. He just got hammered. Nobody touched him. Here it is.
Yeah. As the last time was he held the ball too long, he just had no chances. Nobody hit Wesley Corliss, number 78, as he went in, and that ball almost picked off for 6 the other way.
Wow. Yeah, that is untouched. Absolutely untouched. At the 41-yard line, ISIS in motion. And a flag comes down late.
Might get a face mask here.
I think it's got to go against Leominster. They're clapping. They made a couple of nice defensive plays here, but I think
I believe that was 51 Wano Kendo who flew in from his linebacking spot. Yep. Going to be a 15-yarder, and Fitchburg's going to pick up a gift first down here.
Here's your replay.
We're going to watch 51 come in from the top of this, the middle, and just nobody touched him either. But I didn't see the face mask, but Fitchburg will take it, and they will move into Blue Devil territory for the second time.
At the 43-yard line, Blue Devils, the Red Raiders, who have been on the offense for the most part in this first quarter. Here's Marrero, right side, and Marrero makes a couple of nifty moves and picks up about 8 yards. Second down and a couple. Here it is, once again, right side. Good cut.
Nice big hole.
Another good cut.
Yep. Nice hole to run through and a couple of nice moves by Marrero to make people miss to get 8 yards on first down.
In the last minute of play for the first quarter. Should be able to get this play off. Probably the last play of the first quarter. Brooks calling signals. Up the middle they go. Over the 30-yard line down to the 28. And that'll be a Fitchburg first down. Here it is. This is straight up the gut.
Yep. Again, good blocking. Marrero right up between the tackles. And Fitchburg will elect here to let the first quarter clock expire and start the second quarter down the other end of the field.
Well, in case you just tuned in, kickoff went for a touchdown for the Blue Devils. The Red Raiders have played pretty well in the first. Unfortunately for them, they played pretty well in the first quarter, but they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I think offensively they're pretty happy coming out of the first quarter, but special teams bit them right in the butt on the first play of the game, and Leominster turned 3 quick plays into a touchdown the only time they had possessed the ball in the first quarter.
Let's take a look at the stands here at Crocker Field. The holiday,
it's going to be harder to play Name That Fan because there's a lot more of them today.
I see some old timers here today.
Yeah, a lot of people here that you don't normally see here on Thanksgiving.
No.
They live out of town. They travel quite a distance to come to the Thanksgiving game.
FATV is available streaming at fatv.org for you people, folks that are Maybe all over this country, all over the world.
There's a Heidi camera crew up on the roof. This is tropical weather for those guys on Thanksgiving Day.
Scott May making some calls that I'm not familiar with, some signs that I'm not familiar with, quite frankly.
I didn't see that. Is that in the TV handbook somewhere?
FATV underwriter supporters include Workers Credit Union. At the 29-yard line. Red Raiders giving it to Marrero. Once again coming to the near side. Fumble! The ball is loose. And they're going to rule him down.
Yep.
They got a break.
It was close.
I think they got a break.
Yeah, it came out. It was coming out simultaneously as his
Here it
knees.
is.
We'll see here as he turns the corner. Wrapped up.
Boom.
I think he's down. I think that's a good call.
Okay. How dare I should question.
Oh, live, it looked like a fumble.
Second down and 9 coming up. And we go up the middle with ISIS. Got a couple. Third and about, let's make it a long 4. Blue Devils have been very physical. Third down play coming up. Right up the middle, ISIS.
A little hurdle job there.
Down to the 15-yard line, and that's a first down.
Really nimble there by the big guy.
Here it is.
Going to plow over the left side, and he's going to hop right over a pile of players and keep right on going.
Double it.
Little triple jump action there by Facundo ISIS.
You got the track coach here. Track coach here really liked that double, triple jump there, whatever it was called. First down play coming your way. On the far side and staying on his feet, heading all the way down to Byers. And Byers got down to about the 8-yard line.
Leominster will take a timeout.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, they fake the fullback up the middle. Byers cuts off the outside, runs through a couple of arm tackles, and picks up about 7 yards on the play. And Dave Palazzi, the coach of Leominster, doesn't like what he's seeing from his defense on this Fitchburg drive, and he immediately takes a timeout.
Actually, their last drive, they moved the ball pretty well, too.
Yeah, it was penalties, actually, that stopped them.
A big penalty. Almost a turnover. So, the Red Raiders will find themselves down around the 8-yard line. There's the crew, the Gamble boys down there.
They got to cash this in.
They got to cash this in, yep. Andrew Brooks, number 2, goes back into the Fitchburg huddle. At the 8-yard line, second down and about 3, we'll call that. And they get that ball away.
Yep, gave it to the fullback.
No gain.
I don't know if the ball came loose or not, because the officials stopped the clock and they did fumble. Didn't see the ball come out in the replay, but as soon as we mentioned they have to cash it in, they turn it over.
Yeah.
And this may get out of hand, because unless they can find a way to stop Leominster.
Okay. Blue Devils will get the ball again. Noah Gray is the quarterback. And Gray is handing off, getting tripped up there. Was Dandini. But Dandini got a good 5 and makes it 2nd down and 5.
He's been hobbled most of the year with injuries. He's been in and out of the lineup.
Gray kind of looking things over right now on a 2nd down play. And
that was a broken play.
He was waiting for somebody, and the only person that came was somebody wearing a red shirt.
Nope.
Look at this.
Looking to hand the ball off, and
whoops.
And Isis comes from his defensive tackle spot and gets a really easy sack.
Yeah, I don't know who was supposed to block him, but.
I don't know if that was supposed to be play action, but you watch Noah Gray, he's got the ball there and goes, hey, and then nobody to give it to.
He stuck out that ball and saw 86 come out. He just, oh my God. And he was buried on the play. Lost a couple, 3rd down and 9. And
they just issued a sideline warning to Leominster for encroaching onto the field of play.
Okay.
It could have been on head coach Dave Palazzi. He likes to wander.
He does. He does. Fake pass throw, far side. Red Raiders had them all boxed in there, and somehow they break the tackle and get a big gain. And it was Colina who was the guy that got it. They had him. Watch this.
Fake one way, come back the other way, and you got 2 Red Raiders with the opportunity here to make the tackle, and they both whiff. Both whiff.
Yep.
You just can't give teams that many opportunities.
1st down, Blue Devils. At the 26-yard line. Gray hands off to Dandini. You've got a yard or 2. See where they're going to put that ball. Right about the 31-yard line. Great in a shotgun. Hands it off on the right side for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Got to get up to about the 39, 38. As the ball sits right now at the 33-yard line.
Spread them out again. Twin receivers, both sides. Trips actually to the top of the formation, the tight end.
Gray gonna keep it himself. Comes to the near side and runs out of bounds. Right at the Fitchburg bench.
Also a flag out in the middle of the field.
It's on the far hash mark. And it's going to go against the Blue Devils.
Gray got about a yard, I think, on that scramble. So Red Raiders can bring up 4th down at about 4 or march them back 10 yards. They'll decline and bring up 4th down.
By Pittsburgh.
12-0 is the score. The Blue Devils with the lead. A couple of big plays. 4th and 4 right now. 5:41 to play. And
The Blue Devils given the appearance here that they're going to go for it.
Wow.
Which kind of surprises me. Although they're going to have to hurry to get this play off because they've been out there for a long time trying to get the play in.
Have to call a timeout.
And a timeout.
Yep. Boy, I mean, up by 12. I mean, wow. But he must have the optimum thinking of his offense. So they've taken a little timeout here. Coach Dave Palazzi talking to the team. And on the near side, the Fitchburg High School bench. I got to think you got to kick it out of here, right?
Well, you know, I don't see what you gain here. You get the first down, but the only thing you can do is give Fitchburg a heck of a lot of momentum coming back the other way if you don't make it.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got to kick it out of there.
Can we have that officer stay with the vehicle? For the rest of the
There you see the timeout, Leominster.
yeah, they're gonna start making
As you said, Mike, crowd not bad, but it's a quiet crowd, isn't it?
Wait,
Quiet.
It's always hard to tell because the windows are
Yeah.
pretty much closed. But we're on the Fitchburg side. So far, there hasn't been a heck of a lot to cheer for. So.
Well, it looks as though they are.
They're lining up to go for it.
Doesn't look like they're going to punt right now. They got a man in motion to the far side.
Fitchburg
And,
will come back. They'll call their own timeout.
Yeah. So, okay, we have another timeout. While we do, we want to thank the FATV underwriter supporters, Mott, Unitil, and Minuteman Press. At the 34-yard line. Let's see if they can get a play here. Gray, man goes in motion. Gray's going to pass. He looks and throws. It is caught at midfield. That'll be a first down for the Blue Devils. Well thrown ball by Gray. And we'll get the receiver in a moment.
Well, they're going to roll Gray out to the right, and they got man-to-man coverage on that side of the field as they had three wide receivers. And Gray just has much too much time to look downfield and gives Keith Jackson
Yep.
enough time to shake his man at midfield and pick up the first down.
So a big conversion by Dave Palazzi. Rolls the dice here, and it's at midfield. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. Gray back to pass. Looks, throws. And it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Keith Jackson. Second down and 10.
Gray put some mustard on that one.
He did.
Jackson unable to haul it in as it went right through his hands.
At the end of the second quarter, we'll have another drawing. We'll give you an update on the canned boost drive. Count
Between Fitchburg and
5:12 to play in the first half.
And of course, our halftime show.
And the Blue Devils with a comfortable lead. Late guy coming on the field there. A little shuttle pass.
little trouble gaining his
It's a couple of yards.
there a little bit.
I saw one of the Fitchburg players get on the field kind of
Yeah, he
late.
came off, and then they sent him right back on.
Sent him back out.
Yeah. He wasn't even close to being in the play when they snapped the ball.
No, he wasn't. It wasn't even near it.
Ball at the 48.
Third down and 8.
Start that again.
Gray going to go back to pass. Looks, throws it long and deep, and it is incomplete. Overthrew the intended receiver.
Number 9.
And I think that's Travis Storm, number 9. See if we can catch that for you.
Go route down the far sideline.
Devin DeLeon, number 7.
This kind of surprises me. They went for it on 4th and 4 at their own 36, but yet they're in Fitchburg territory on 4th down. They're going to punt.
Could give it to one of those up guys there. I don't know.
Ball's up.
Not a bad kick. Fair catch called for at the 21-yard line, and that is where Fitchburg will take over. First down and 10.
20-yard line.
So good for the defense. They held them out here. Leominster showing Gray's arm here a little bit. There's no question he's got a good one.
Well, that's been their. They've been able to throw the ball much easier. They haven't had much of that great of a running attack most of the year. They able to spread them out, chuck it around, kind of. That's a Dave Palazzi offense. He's been doing that for years.
Andrew Brooks is the Fitchburg quarterback on this Thanksgiving Day at the 20-yard line.
From the wishbone, Brooks.
Gibbs to Marrero. Marrero cuts inside. Didn't get too much.
He is caught by Connor.
A couple of those times, Mike, it almost looks as though he could bounce to the outside.
2nd and 8.
He's the definition of workhorse. Plays offense, defense, special teams, the whole deal.
He must be pretty sore the next day.
I would think so. Second down and 9. Brooks kind of looking things over and gonna keep it himself up to the 25-yard line.
Skinner. Number 81.
And in on the tackle was Justin Kebra.
13, I believe. Play.
And it brings up a third down now. And let's mark it 5.
Ball on 25.
Blue Devils starting to sneak their linebackers up in the middle and kind of run blitzing up between the center and guard gaps. Try to plug that middle. And it's forcing Brooks to make that handoff decision as quick as possible.
Third down and 5. Quick pitch. Trying to get around on the far side and really manhandled to the turf was Kyle Jackson. Let's see.
Also, Pittsburgh is playing that tight wishbone formation. They don't have any wide receivers out on the flank to help with the outside blocking. So once Marrero breaks containment, he's still got a long way to go to turn that corner.
That was Keith Jackson on the tackle, and nasty tackle. Fitchburg's going to have to punt.
Ice is the kick.
Good snap, gets it away. It's a high kick, end over end, 45-yard line, up the middle, 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, no flags. And the Blue Devils lead 18-0. 18-0. And another big play, Mike, and here it is.
Well, Dandini's not the fleetest guy on, but he's doesn't get a lot of tackles from the red jersey. I don't know where everybody went, but man, that was, again, way too easy.
Extra point attempt is coming up. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Christian Lewis.
19-0 now your score, and Mike, to state the obvious, it has been a game of big plays.
Big plays, mistakes.
Especially the guys in blue.
Well, special teams have killed Fitchburg. Punt return for a touchdown, the opening kickoff return for a touchdown.
FATV Underwrite supporters include Vector 5, Enterprise Bank, the Sentinel and Enterprise, Fitchburg State University, the IC Credit Union, and Ron Bouchard's Auto Sales. Thank them all very much. Thank you to our crew today, all volunteer, as we take a look at the Leominster sideline. I wonder if we got it. Do we have our camera right on that sideline over there, or is that? Ooh, nice. Very nice. 2:32 remaining in the first half. You know, they got a couple of things going on at halftime. Don't ask me what they are. They seem to be changing. I'm sure the band will be out there, and they'll be playing both bands. So you can enjoy that at home. Marrero picks it up at the 15, near side 20, 25, 30, and up to the 40-yard line. A nice run back by Marrero. Pittsburgh's been able to move the ball, Mike. It's a weird thing about this.
Yeah, offensively, I think they've done what they wanted to do. They've won the possession time in the first half. Haven't been able to score, but they did have one golden opportunity that they turned over inside the 10.
A lot of blue here today at Crocker Field. Nice to have him here for a couple of hours. I sound like a friend of mine. I scratch him. Marrero far side, and he is met by 3 blue shirts over there. And leading the way was Justin Kebro, and here it is. It's actually Dandini that made the first contact. And actually, Kebro wasn't even in it.
Fought off
what I've seen.
Dandini fought off the block and able to get in on the tackle.
And an official's time here as the Pittsburgh quarterback, Andrew Brooks, there he is. So far, Mike, for a freshman, I think he's handled himself pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously they put some changes in the offense during the 10-day break.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be in awe of anything.
Nope.
I mean, he's right up there playing well. Brooks going to roll out to the near side, throws, and it is incomplete. Isis just couldn't reel it in at the 45. And here's your replay. Brooks made a nice little play here. Good toss.
Isis coming out of that fullback spot and can't hit him any better between the 8 and the 6. And Facundo just can't put it away.
Well, good coverage there by the Blue Devils. He had a couple of guys right on his back. 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. Brooks rolling out to the near side, looking to throw, jump pass, and it is caught, I believe.
Who's that, slinging Sammy Baugh?
Theirs is the guy that got it.
That's usually in black and white. You see the old jump pass.
C.J. Byers is the guy that got it. Here it is.
Brooks gets around the corner. There's the old jump pass.
He had something on there.
Yeah, hits C.J. Byers at the Leominster 48 for the first down.
Nice. First down. Here comes the blitz. Pittsburgh picked it up pretty well. And now Brooks is going to be tackled back at the 45-yard line. Forward progress. Nope, that's where they're going to put it, right at the 45.
Well, they picked up the initial blitzer, as you mentioned, but not enough red jerseys to block all the blue shirts in the Pittsburgh backfield, and Brooks goes down for a 7-yard loss on the sack.
Coming to the end of this first half, we have 50 seconds remaining. 2nd down and long. Shotgun formation. Giving it to Marrero up the middle, now coming to the near side to the 50. And he was met by a couple of the Blue Devils. Who that was it? I'm trying to, let's see the replay.
Running right into your living room.
Probably the last play of the first half. Shotgun. Brooks going to go back to pass. Does. Near side. Completed. 50-yard line. 35-40. And that should do it for the first half.
That will do it. Double zeros.
So, big plays have hurt the Red Raiders today. They've actually moved the ball very well, but Leominster has cashed in on a couple of big mistakes. Fitchburg special teams, and as they go to the locker room, it will stand Leominster 19 and Fitchburg nothing. That is the halftime score. And we'll have some halftime stuff for you in just a moment or two as the Fitchburg High School band comes in, and they're going to team up with the cheerleaders and team up with Leominster, I believe.
I think they might be performing separately, but whatever. We'll have a lot of halftime activity.
And we've got a special guest I hear from Workers Credit Union. You just don't know who's going to stop by. A little bit earlier, we had a nice presentation for Marco Landon. And that was well done. Nice crowd for that as well. You know, when they discussed this and how much something might cost, boy, they really came up quickly with. They didn't need too much. They didn't need a friendly push to get some money for this, so it came out very, very nice. So.
Today's
Coach
halftime
will
will
walking out there.
be 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending
So
on
we will
our
have a
entertainment schedule
halftime
here.
show for you.
Enjoy
and,
the halftime, folks.
Let me see what does our director and other folks say back at the studios there. What would they like me to do at this particular time? Sounds like they're just in there
I think they're still having donuts.
screwing around and having donuts. That's what it sounds like.
Hello?
Nah, that's all right. You just go ahead and right now we're gonna take a look at the band. So we'll just show you the old band here, right? And I know Glenn is standing by with somebody. We'll have him for a while. So if you can't see on your screen right now what the score and all that kind of stuff is, I can tell you it's 19-0. Leominster with the half at beautiful Crocker Field. Thanksgiving Day. And from all of us to all of you, happy Thanksgiving Day. As the bands will take over now for a while. I'm sorry, go ahead, John.
Right here at historic Crocker Field, of course, with Alyssa Duval, Vice President of Marketing, yes. Workers Credit Union, a longtime sponsor of Fitchburg Access Television, but more importantly, a long-standing organization right here in the city of Fitchburg. Alyssa, great to see you today. What a great day to turn out.
Absolutely. This is just amazing. The energy is here. It's a beautiful day. I'm really excited.
So you've got some special things going on in the education field. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so we have a program at Workers Credit Union that we just started. Monty Tech's actually going to be spearheading it. It's a program that allows students to really get interactive with their financial decisions through using a software program. And each student's experience is really different. So much in life, when you get thrown curveballs, you'll be thrown curveballs within this software program, and maybe your car breaks down, so you have to make financial decisions, to find the result of that. So.
Well, this is really terrific. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for being a sponsor here and in the future, of course. And we'll see you Thanksgiving 2016.
We sure will. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, to my right is Mayor-elect and State Representative Steve DiNatale. Happy Thanksgiving, Steve. This is a great day, just beautiful and a great turnout. And there's still time for folks to join us right here at Crocker Field. You're having a great time.
I am. What a wonderful, beautiful day. And, you know, it's obvious why we give thanks on this day, because we're the greatest country in the world, and this just demonstrates how special we are.
And to our right, to Steve's right, is, of course, Sitting Mayor, Honorable Lisa Wong. You have been awarded the Boulder Award for 2015, Mayor. That's something that we're proud at Fitchburg Access Television to give you. You've been a long-standing media person.
Well, I'm a big fan of FATV, so this is a great honor. I think I've gone to all the Boulder Awards and congratulated everybody else. So I always thought, boy, I would love a big rock myself. So no, I mean, I'm so grateful for so many things this Thanksgiving Day, especially my tenure here as mayor of the city of Fitchburg. Probably the best job I'll ever have. Really love it here, love everybody here, and I'm so happy that we all get together on this long-standing tradition.
Well, thank you so much for all that you've done. Fitchburg looks great, and it's moving on. So many great things. Just can't say enough.
Absolutely. We've got a bright future ahead thanks to this guy. I've been working with him for over a decade, and I know he's going to be a fabulous mayor.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to Councilor Dean Tran. Good to see you this morning, Council. And so tell us a little bit about Thanksgiving 2015 for the Tran family.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm very grateful that just to be in the United States, and you know, I'm here with my family rooting on the Red Raiders and hoping that they can make a comeback.
It wasn't that long ago you were the top vote getter, of course, in the city council election. It's got to make you feel good.
It does make me feel good because people are recognizing the accomplishments that I've made, and to answer the question, it does feel good. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. We're going to move on to Kelly Byrne. Kelly Byrne is celebrating 35 years of being a Fitchburg High School grad. Tell us a little bit more.
That's right, 35 years. We're having our reunion at the Doubletree Hotel in Leominster on Saturday night. And I came from North Yarmouth, Maine to come see the traditional football game.
Right. And you've brought family along. I see your dad, Joe, is here. And Joe, it's good to see you. Tell us a little bit. We had a little memorial to Marco Landon this morning. We always celebrate veterans on this day as well. Thanksgiving for 2015 is a great celebration.
Oh, this is a beautiful day. I just want to say I can remember, I have such fond memories of this field. Back in the 80s when Kelly was in school, we had the Special Forces in Fort Devens. I was the Army recruiter at the time, and we enlisted their help, and we had skydivers bring in the game ball. It was just an absolutely wonderful time. There was times when we thought, because I was a trainer for the football team, we thought that somebody was spying on us from the blue side. And I enlisted Fort Devens again, and we got 5 big deuce-and-a-half trucks. The kids got all suited up, pads on. We put them all in the truck and took them to Fort Devens where nobody could watch. And we practiced the secret plays that they were going to use on Thanksgiving. Such great memories of this field, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. You can catch that skydivers coming into this field on the rivalry CD that's being offered by the Leominster side for their fundraiser for the reconstruction of Doyle Field.
Thanks so much, Joe. It's good to see you today. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Good to see you. And I see Celeste has some red and white and some football clothing. Tell us about this game.
Well, this is awesome. I haven't been here in 15 years. I actually flew in from Las Vegas, where I live now. I cheered with Kelly on the team. So it was wonderful. It's great to be here, and I'm so glad I came.
And thank you for coming. 2015 Thanksgiving. Thank you. Chief of Police Ernest F. Martineau with us, hopping in. Great representation today, Chief, here. The police department's keeping everyone safe, and it's a great day.
Couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Thanksgiving means a lot to the people around Fitchburg and Leominster area. It's great to be out here. We're well represented here. I can't tell you what it means to be out here on the field today. I've been coming to these games for 35 years. A lot of lessons are learned on this field out there, ones that will carry on a lifetime, lessons that I learned out there. So you couldn't ask for a better day.
So this is a special connection because you actually played on this hallowed ground.
I did. I played in the early 80s. I was out there in 79, 80, 81, and 82. A lot of memories from those days that stay with you for a lifetime. And like I said, there's lessons that happen out in that field that will carry a lifetime. You know, when you fall down, someone helps you up. So these young men out in the field today are going to carry those lessons on for a lifetime. So it's great to be here and just enjoying the day.
Have a great one, Chief. We are live right here at Crocker Field. The Fitchburg-Leominster rivalry continues. There's still time to join us. Come on down right here to historic Crocker Field and join us. Now back to you guys in the truck.
Yes, sir. Some highlights of the first half for you. This is the kickoff that started things off and did not start things off too well for the Red Raiders. And that is how, if you just tuned in, that is how things started. And things didn't get any better as far as special teams is concerned for the Red Raiders.
No, many people weren't even in their seats yet, and it was 7-0 or 6-0 Leominster. They missed the extra point. And here's the second touchdown, the play that Noah Gray, the quarterback, lined up as wide receiver and makes a nice catch in the corner of the end zone to make it 12-0 for the Blue Devils. They went for 2 and didn't get it, and then a punt return by
Dandini.
Anthony Dandini late in the second half, second quarter to make it 19-0.
And Fitchburg's had their chances. Here's a little run out to the near side by the Fitchburg quarterback, and kind of, what do you call that?
That was the Sammy Baugh jump
Sammy
pass.
Baugh.
I haven't seen that very popular play back in the 40s.
And back to live action now as somebody.
Security.
What happened to security?
Security obviously is lax here.
All
in the press
sorts
box.
of people are coming into the box, and so where is security? We don't know. Hey, the teams are back on the field. The Red Raiders are back right in front of us and across the way. The Blue Devils have just arrived under their stately setup they got downstairs for a locker room.
Yeah, the locker room, the visitors' locker room at Crocker Field is the best, bar none. I think the only one worse is at St. John's, where they don't have one.
Don't they have one now, though? Didn't they
St.
use
John's?
one? Yeah.
I don't think the visitors have one.
No, the visitors don't. No. They got some nice trees.
You get to sit on the hill or go on the bus, basically. Or go to Phil's Snack Shack and have a delicious hot dog.
Sure, absolutely. The Blue Devils will kick off to start the second half here. And the Red Raiders certainly have their work cut out for them. Down by 19 points, 19-0 as we begin the third quarter. And I guess, I don't know. Fitchburg coaching staff, what do you do there? You go in there and tell your kids.
On this first drive, I think you try to win the second half. On this first drive, I think you just try to do what you were doing and score. You need to get something positive to happen.
Yeah.
To try to build a little bit of momentum, and then you're not totally out of the game yet.
And the second half is underway. This one is picked up around the 10-yard line, near side 15-20, up to the 30-yard line, and that's about all. Nice return by the Red Raiders up to about the 31-yard line looks like where they're going to mark it. The Red Raiders will start their freshman quarterback, Andrew Brooks. He wears number 2, and I thought played very good for a freshman in the first half.
Yep,
pretty good. Leominster looked to break things up there, boy. They shot somebody through that line.
Yeah, that was Dandini, 44, just walked up to the line of scrimmage from that middle linebacker position. He's going to come right through the middle, blows right through his man, and just makes the tackle in the backfield.
Pretty good timing by Dandini. Lost about 6 yards on the play, and it brings up a second down. Brooks is in trouble and sacked back at the 20-yard line. Don't know if that was,
That was Jordan Clark.
That looked like problems from the beginning.
Yeah, it looked like a designed half roll by Brooks, but again, Leominster in the Fitchburg offensive backfield way too soon, blows the play up, and Fitchburg going obviously the wrong way here on their first possession in the second half.
And now you got A third down coming up and long. Brooks will go in go back of center. Gonna go back to pass. Looks, throws over the middle. It's caught up to the 31-yard line as Byers, his opposite number, Kyle Jackson, made the tackle, but well short of a first down, and the Red Raiders are going to have to kick.
Well, Leominster protecting against the deep throw, and that time they gave Andrew Brooks enough time to throw the ball, and he finds Byers open over the middle for about 11 yards, but 10 yards short of the first down.
Pretty good snap, no rush on him, and the ball takes a Fitchburg bounce out of bounds at right about the 41-yard line. And so Leominster will take over for the first time in the second half at their own 41-yard line.
Fitchburg decided there will be no run back this time as they had Isis angle that kick toward the sideline. And he kicks it out of bounds, as you mentioned, at the 41. Well, the Blue Devils will start their second half on offense.
Right in front of us at the 41-yard line for the quarterback, Noah Gray from Leominster High School. Gray pitch back. They're going to look to throw, and they do, and it is just tipped away at the last moment. Nice defense by the Red Raiders. Here's the replay, and maybe underthrew him first, Mike.
Yep. One Jackson to the other Jackson. Kyle to Keith, and just a little bit out of his reach, trying to reach up with the right hand.
Cowett was there for Fitchburg.
Yeah, it was good coverage.
Second down and 10. Looked like they moved too quickly on that. Gray throws, incomplete. I thought he moved off the line first.
It looked like the end on this side got a half a step early, but no flag.
Brings up a third down and 10.
Jackson and Gray were not on the same page there on the route.
Yeah, kind of give him a little, hey.
He was looking for Jackson to come back toward the ball, and Jackson continued down the field.
Third and 10. Back to pass and throws and incomplete. The ball was right there, dropped by Kyle Jackson. And the Blue Devils will have to kick.
Found an open spot right in the middle of the field, and Gray delivered it. And Kyle Jackson unable to make the catch.
Dandini will kick it out. And Fitchburg, not much pressure on there. Fair catch is signaled at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Red Raiders will start things off. First and 10 at their own 27-yard line. There's the picture that it's pretty loud if you go to a Crocker Field game. That's it. It's no comment needed for that.
It's not as pronounced today because there's quite many more people here than a normal home game.
Well, when you try talking for a number of hours, I don't know if it's worse. If you talk for so many hours or you just scream. Well, if you do both, it's worse.
Flag right away against the Fitchburg offense. Legal procedure.
It's back 5. It's the replay for you.
Person at the end of the screen at the top of the Fitchburg line jumped a little bit early. Didn't seem to be any earlier than the end.
Like there was
Didn't seem to be any in the end that jumped a little bit early on this side, but
looked like there was a little diagram with something pointing at it. I don't know if it got one of those machines.
I was still looking for my telestrator.
Wrapped up and thrown down. 51 for the Blue Devils made the tackle. Nice play. Juan Aquito. Ball gets moved up to the, no, actually stays where it is. No, it was right the first time. Took it down in 12.
They gained about 3 on the play. It was 1st and 15.
Nice low shot for you. Brooks gonna run out and pass. Throw, he got clobbered, and it is picked off at the 30-yard line. 25, and interception.
I saw a flag flying out during the return.
Brooks got hammered too.
Yeah, he got whacked from the backside.
Holding.
So the interception will stand, I believe, and Leominster will just start 10 yards further down the field from the point of the foul.
Here's the play, and he didn't have much time to get rid of it.
He gets clobbered and whacked. Dandini just steps right in front of the intended receiver. And somewhere in this return there's a hold. It's right there. Right there at the corner of your screen in the upper right-hand corner.
So the Blue Devils will get the ball again. And they go to a simple handoff. No gain by Dandini on that one. 2nd down and about 9. 19-0. Your score. Here's your replay. Not much on this play.
Leominster really hasn't paid much attention to trying to run the ball today. They've thrown in some just to keep Fitchburg honest, but for the most part, they have used the talents of Noah Gray at quarterback.
Yeah. 2nd down play. Gray gonna roll out. Gray still looking, throws it long and deep to the end zone, jump ball, and it is incomplete. Pretty good coverage by the Red Raiders, and Keith Jackson, one of the folks trying to haul it in here, but this is your jump ball.
Fitchburg looking for a hold here, as you could see that the takedown right at the end of that play. Pretty well double teamed Keith Jackson there down at the goal line.
3rd down and 9. 7:04 to play in the 3rd. Gray back to pass, throws it long and deep, and it is incomplete. Like you said, Mike, they're going to a lot of throwing today, and still throwing midway through this 3rd quarter.
We don't have the offensive numbers in front of us. They haven't moved the ball that well. They scored on their first time they got the ball on 3 quick plays. And other than that, Fitchburg's defense has played really well.
It's the special teams, which is a big part of football, that has crushed Fitchburg today.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 9.
Gray's going to go back to pass. Looks to throw. Rolling out to the far side. Throws. And it is
caught.
They rule a catch? Yes, they do. At the 22-yard line. You can see that. Here it is.
Well, it's another play. Fitchburg looks like they have an opportunity to make a play right before he gets a chance to throw it. They don't make the tackle. Gray rolls out to his right, fires it down across the middle. And I think it was number 11, Trache, who scored the opening kickoff and made the catch.
Dandini wants to pass just like the touchdown. And Gray is in. Touchdown, Blue Devils. That's a play we saw a little bit earlier, isn't it?
Did they hand off to Dandini and throw it back, or?
I don't know who's hurt on that.
Gray get hurt in the celebration?
I don't know, but
there's no red shirt with nowhere near the play.
He's getting up real slow though. And yeah, I
think he got hurt in the celebration.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah, it's a handoff and a throwback.
Yeah, throwback. Yeah.
And Fitchburg's defense got sold on the handoff. They all went to the left, and Noah Gray comes back. I don't know if we can follow
You
it
keep
longer.
going there
Yeah,
with that. See if he falls
see
down.
what happens here with the. No. How disappointing. It looks like he's okay.
Yeah, it seems like he's okay. Yeah.
Mauritian Lewis will attempt the extra point.
So yeah, that was a familiar play we saw earlier in the game, and here's a loose
Low snap.
blocked. Low
Pittsburgh can run
snap.
that back.
And they can, but they don't. So the conversion attempt is no good. 6:15 play, third. 25-0 Leominster. If we can get the Leominster side of things, can we do that, Mr. Director? As Leominster has scored again? If we can reach that over there. You play the touchdown?
This is the end of it.
Oh, okay. So he's jogging along. Guy hit him.
Wow.
And he went down.
Looked like Muhammad Ali hitting Sonny Liston in Maine. I didn't think he.
What did they call that punch?
The Phantom.
Phantom
punch. The punch couldn't beg a grape. I don't know. He must have got him right under the. Maybe got him right in the throat. Got him with
Could
the,
be.
Got him with the Asian spike.
Ben Labanza. Yeah, that was kind of weird. He just kind of melted. Seems to be okay. Good work to the guys downstairs. They said they couldn't get it, but I knew they could do it. I knew you could do it down there.
They pieced it together.
After the Leominster touchdown, they'll kick it off end over end, going down to the 10-yard line. 15, Guerrero 20, 25 up to the 30. And somebody just...
25 from Leominster. Making the tackle.
Screaming. Can't think of anything else.
Ball is returned to the 33-yard line or the first and 10 Red Raiders.
So Fitchburg will take over off to our left. Leominster defense teeing off a bit more than they had earlier in the game. Fumble, it looked like.
Exchange went right to the ground, and Byers had to reach down and pick it up. Brooks, excuse me, had to reach down and pick it up. And he gets caved in after that. Snap here goes right to the ground.
Yep.
By the time Brooks picks it up, no chance to make the handoff. Gets tackled by 53, Jordan Clark.
No relation. At least that I'm aware of. Brooks turns and gives. Right up the middle, Marrero to the 31-yard line. Dandini, mentioned him quite a bit tonight, not surprisingly, one of the leaders of this team. And in listening to the broadcast during the year, you hear his name pop up quite a bit.
Yep, he was obviously a two-way player, starting in the backfield and at middle linebacker. And as I mentioned earlier, he's been in and out of the lineup with some injuries.
Third and long. In trouble. Gets out of it nicely. Jump pass downfield. It's a jump ball, and it goes incomplete.
Covered by number 4.
Intended breaking it up was Kyle Jackson.
Nice job by C.J. Byers at the end of this play. He does a nice job of working his way in front of the defensive back to try to get a shot at this catch. Just off the fingertips.
We're going to have to punt it. No pressure. High punt. Picked up at the 43. Near side, midfield, Gandini 40. And they're going to tackle him finally down to the 30-yard line. So there wasn't much of a gain at all on that play. Gandini, a nice return. They've got all sorts of trophies for this game, but if there's...
I don't think punt or kick coverage is one of them because they have to give it to Melbourne.
I was going to say I'd nominate
and Reynolds. Well, the run backs, yes.
I think overall, for the overall game, I think he's been outstanding. Offense, defense, special teams. It's only Belichick.
All three phases of the game.
All three, that's what matters. First and 10. And they're going to give it far side. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Flag goes down.
That's a taunt.
And that was Keith Jackson scoring.
I believe the touchdown's going to stand.
Yeah.
Jackson turned around and gave a little point before he got in the end zone. Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Not necessary.
I don't know if they're going to cut the touchdown or not. No, they're not going to, I don't believe.
Here it is.
Jackson's got a convoy turning the corner, and watch right before he gets in the goal line. He's going to turn around and point to the Fitchburg player right there. And
nice shot there.
It's going to cost him a touchdown because he wasn't in the end zone yet.
Yeah, never liked that end of it.
Yeah,
it's just kind of
just stupid.
It is.
First of all, if you're going to taunt, wait till you get in the end zone. And really, you're up 25 points already. Act like you already been there once.
Unsportsmanlike on that play, cost the touchdown for the Devils.
So the touchdown is nullified. And they're going to put the ball down around the 21-yard line. And a pass high into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Marrero had the defensive coverage for Fitchburg.
33 Marrero providing the coverage.
Well, the first half of football rolled right through, but this third quarter is taking forever.
Yeah, here it is.
Man-to-man coverage, Marrero with Kyle Jackson. And ball was just overthrown.
At the 20-yard line, second down and 10. They have been, you're right, it has been a very slow third quarter. Over the run this time, and doing a nice job getting back to the line of scrimmage is Travis Storm. One of the very few times they've run the ball today, and there's Storm looking for a spot.
Nowhere to go, and nice tackle there by Ryman Poma from his linebacker spot.
3rd and 9.
Third down and 10. This is 3rd and 9 on your screen. I should always go with that. Second man
Number 9 on the carry.
for about 3.
Travis Storm.
Travis Storm again.
Gonna run off the right side.
And the fish on the left.
Palmer again in on the tackle.
Oops, a fumble.
4th and 7.
Got my own pen today. How do you like that?
You haven't lost it yet. That's the more amazing thing.
It's only a matter of time.
Just 4th down and 7. Brock Fields running.
Oh, pen.
Wow, there's a flag from the referee and delay a game.
Okay, let's.
I guess they issued a bench penalty warning before.
They did before, yeah.
So I guess that was the penalty for being over the line again, which to me was always a why bother throwing it flag.
Ozzie looking for an explanation on that far
I
side.
don't think he's pleased with the explanation he got.
So, fourth down and almost 13 on the play. 2 minutes.
And a whistle.
And a timeout.
Timeout. Red Raiders.
FATV underwriters include Workers Credit Union, Mart, Unitil, Minuteman Press, and Vector 5. Thank all of our underwriters for allowing us to bring today's game here at Crocker Field. Dave Clark and Mike Flynn hoping that all of you have a great Thanksgiving. From all of us at Fitchburg Access Television and all the people volunteering today, guys were up working on things very early and got us all hooked up and ready to go. Hope that you've appreciated the effort today. Fourth down play coming up. 4th and 12. Gray goes back to pass. He looks, throws down the middle. It's caught down to the 5-yard line and touchdown.
They're still looking at each other.
Down here, the near judge down here, he had his arms up pretty early. But for a while, the only arms I saw up were Leominster kids. So, but on the near side,
well, it's coming back anyway. I just see a flag.
Nice pass.
Well,
a lot of zip to that ball.
Had plenty of time to sit back. Too much time, as you only can cover back in that defensive backfield for so long. And didn't see what the flag was for. I'm going to guess holding.
Yeah, I didn't see what it was for either.
It's going to be 4th down and about 23.
Here he is, just sitting right there, not much pressure. And then finally, he gets a little pressure and he throws a strike. Boom, right there at the 10-yard line. And then the flag went down. Gray back to pass again. Long and deep to the end zone, and it is overthrown. Good coverage by the Red Raiders.
Coverage provided by Fires on the play, but it's incomplete.
I know you don't do the stats anymore, but it'd be very interesting to see number of passes today thrown by Leominster.
Ball beyond the 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
They've thrown the ball a lot.
It's at least 3 to 4 to 1 between passing and running.
Oh, yeah. And like you said, I think Fitchburg's controlled them. But
I think the defense has played really well today. A couple of times they didn't make plays and they had a shot to get off the field, but for the most part, they've given up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's been some big plays, and Leominster was cashed in on. And a throw is incomplete. Guerrero's pass, as Guerrero was getting hit from behind just as he threw that ball, goes incomplete.
But it's incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10.
I got to tell you, the other day, we go in and we do an interview up at the clubhouse, and you know, it's just me and you know, it's not from Leominster down the street. So they had their chalkboard up and they had certain plays diagrammed. See that play right there that you just saw? I said to somebody else in the room, I said, that play ain't gonna work. And it didn't. And there's a throw to the near side. It's caught. Oh, there's a lot of. Oh, this is
Number
not
88,
good.
Austin Chandler.
Lot of talking on the sidelines, especially from the team in blue. Disappointed. Very disappointing. Third down play coming up. He was just about ready to get tattooed on that play. Brooks.
He ducked out of the way.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
Ducked under the waves, he did.
Brooks on the shotgun.
Third down play coming up.
Snap.
Brooks goes back. Brooks is in trouble, and down he goes.
As number 5.
To the 25-yard line.
And number 76 in on the tackle.
Well, Fitchburg goes pretty much empty in the backfield, so Leominster just tees off, and Brooks never had a chance even to look downfield as he's surrounded by Blue Devil defensive players and will get sacked on the play.
Isis will kick it. Low snap, but he gets it away. End over end, bounces, takes a Fitchburg bounce down to the 30-yard line, the 29-yard line, and that is where Fitchburg was. That is where the Blue Devils will start. First down and 10. Somebody didn't like things upstairs.
They've been banging all day.
Coaches, right?
Could be.
Other media members?
I don't think it's the case, though. They're up on the roof.
On the roof.
They're on the roof.
And James Taylor up on the roof.
Of course, now the most valuable player of this game becomes our timekeeper.
At the 30-yard line. First down and 10 for Gray. Here goes the pitch back. And getting some good yardage up to the 40, up to the 45-yard line. Check who that was. I wasn't sure. Was it Dandini again?
That was Kalina. Angel. The flag came out late. And then we got more extracurricular activity taking place.
You get players like that who, instead of going around, just split between all the other red shirts. It's
Right.
somebody's mouthing.
So they called unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams, which will offset. The play will stand, so Kalina's run out to the 44 will count.
Both teams there.
Noah Gray has played all day. And he's still out there now in the third quarter. Probably the last play of the third quarter.
It's time.
Dandini stays on his feet at the 40.
Blocking. Takes on Marrero.
And Marrero brings him down.
Picks up the first down to the 35.
He was going to break that one, too.
Yeah, it was Morello's probably the last red shirt that had a shot at him.
There it is. Last play of the first quarter.
Powers through a couple of tackles, tries to break it to the outside, and you'll see Morello come, and he's really the last guy. Oh, Dandini's off to the races.
Boy, he took him on, didn't he,
Yeah.
Marrero? Wow. Tough. The kid's been out there really for every play. And he was right there. And that is the end of the third quarter. So at the end of three quarters here at Crocker Field, the score is Leominster 25 and Fitchburg High School nothing.
Saw Dandini just lower that shoulder at the end of the run and finish it off. Really deliver the punishment to the defensive player.
There's the cheerleaders. Not much to cheer about today.
Kept Mr. Touchdown on the lock and key so far.
Almost a touchdown today. And that's a picture of the Blue Devil sideline in the background.
Reminded me that if you're
In the
here
near
today,
ground, it's the Fitchburg sideline.
Pick up your envelope. Today's drawing. One more to go.
FATV underwriter supporters include Ron Bouchard's Auto Stores, IC Credit Union, Fitchburg State University, the Sentinel Enterprise, and Enterprise Bank. First down and 10. A little delay and a nice hole. Down to the 20 on the far side, the 10, and there is a flag down
That was an obvious hold.
back at the 24-yard line, and this is going to be brought back. Let's see if we can see it for you. Here it is.
Great to see it. There it is. You can barely see it.
Oh, yeah.
It was right there. 3-on-3 was the hold.
Yep.
Holding the call. Play
Cowett doing a good job getting back there to knock him out of bounds.
First and 9.
First down and 9 at the 35-yard line. Noah Gray hands it off, and coming to the near side, the 30-yard line. That was Keith Jackson. Got a couple yards on the play. Second down and 4 coming up.
Sweep to the motion.
Side handoff.
It's 33 again, who were able to force Keith Jackson out of bounds.
It's safe to say that we'll have a early leaving crowd.
Yeah, I would think one more touchdown would start the mass exodus, especially on the red side of the field.
Or as the late, great Ed Sullivan would once say, one more touchdown might make the cheese more binding. I'll let you think about that in the truck, especially since you've had all sorts of donuts today. Third down and about a yard. And they're going to give them on that play. It's going to be a first down over the 20, down to the 10. And nice run on the play by Angel Colina's there. Here it is.
Bounces to the outside, gets to turn the corner.
Almost made it in there.
It's knocked out of bounds around the
9-yard
line. Put the sticks down to be first and goal.
8-yard line, as you said, sticks go down. And apparently something wasn't right. Called the timeout, Dave Palazzi, and he's saying now the rest of the team can stay out there. Just want to talk to the quarterback. Oh, here we go. In the action for the stands here. Blue Devils across the way. Cheerleaders. It has been all Leominster from the first second of this game. Oh, Gray's at quarterback.
Noah Gray, clean on the inside, but he is stopped immediately.
Handoff goes.
Number
Pretty good
88
defense on the play.
Chandler, with help from Mukundo Isis.
Check out who that was.
So no gain on the play, 2nd and 9, or 2nd and goal. 9:26 left.
Here's the last play for you. At the 10-yard line. The give, and heading straight up the middle and in for the touchdown is Colina. Here's the replay for you coming up. Colina, pretty good set of downs for the youngster, and finished it off with this touchdown.
Nice cut right there to go back to his right, put his right foot in the ground and go back left, and actually finds a nice big hole to run through. And
politely gives the ball to the official.
Yes.
Like he's done it before. Snap down, kick up, and the kick is, squeeze it in there. Yeah, he did.
Christian Lewis, the kicker, with the unmistakable gold shoes.
Wasn't that him?
That was him, yep.
Oh. What happened?
I don't know.
32-0 is the score. With 8:59 to play. And now we see a lot of folks trying to get a little ahead of things.
The stream begins.
Yes. I don't think there'll be much of a traffic issue getting out of here today at all.
Well, they want to make sure they get home in time for the Lions-Eagles kickoff.
What time is that?
.12:35, I believe.
Get to talking about some of our crew who has done a noble effort today by the crew. After the touchdown, it is kicked off. And kind of bouncing around down there and is finally picked up. And advances a couple of yards, and that's all. The Red Raiders will take over first and 10. John Gugarty handling graphics today. Alex Bogdasarian was our pregame host. Glenn Fossa, producer, pregame and halftime show. John Dextraz is down there doing a stellar job. Dex. Eric Badd. Eric Badd was here today, and he's always helping as far as audio, great audio. Trying to time his way to a blitz there, and was fairly close, but managed to get the ball off for a couple of yards, 2 yards, second down and 8. Travis, of course, Travis Falk, running around like a nut all day. That's what he does. John Gugarty with the graphics. We imported Nate Glennie today for the replays. Handoff goes up the middle for a yard or two, not much, up to the 22-yard line. Ty Dorsey and Michael Smith have been our sideline reporters, sideline cameramen. Tim Doust, the replay camera. Scott Mays upstairs, game camera and the wireless camera. Dave Oster is there as well. We thank them all for their work today. And this, the 110th meeting of the Thanksgiving game. The 134th altogether. It's something that Ken Powers started years ago, right? Everything was just moving along fine. And then he came, wait a minute, this is not right.
Yeah, they played twice a year back in the 1800s.
A very good impression you did of Ken Powers there. Injured player. Kind of favoring the ankle a little bit, gets a little help from his teammates.
I believe that was Eddie Cudahy, number 74.
Yeah, I think it was.
He's been fighting an ankle all year, I think. He's also been in and out of the lineups. And he gets rolled on right there at the end of the play.
Yeah. Pass caught to the near side. And a nice tackle. And there's Dan Deeney again.
The reception, number 3, brought down by 44, Dan Deeney. Brings up fourth down and about
Looked like C.J. Biles was going to break that and pick up at least a first down, if not more. But tries to elude Cudahy. Right, he slips and still able to reach back, grab him by the ankle, and bring him down.
And Dan Deeney was there as well. Ever present today. 4th down. They'll kick it. It's a high kick right in front of us. And it's going to go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 6:08 to play in the ball game. And Leominster's lead is very comfortable at 32-0. 6 seconds into the game, it was 6-0. On a kickback return, and the Blue Devils have never looked back.
You see a lot of clean jerseys out there for the Blue Devils.
Yep. Try to identify most of those guys. Dave Palazzi on the far side congratulating some of the players as they go to the sidelines. Just did that to Keith Jackson.
25 with the carry.
And a carry here is Jordan Mobley.
John Benham is now at quarterback. He was in that first touchdown where they snuck him in at quarterback and put Gray at the wide receiver, and he completed that pass for the second Leominster touchdown.
Second down play coming up. Second and about 8.
2nd and 8 now.
High formation and a give.
Again,
Not much there.
not much there this time. They're at the original line of scrimmage.
Fitchburg rotating players in the ball game.
Taking a tackle.
Jonathan Kigman in the ball game. And 7. Michael Burke coming in. And actually, Michael gets a little tap on the helmet from his coach, Mike Gamble. 3rd and long. And handoff and tackle made immediately.
Isaac Phillips with the carry, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Facundo Isis.
Isis and Chandler again in on the tackle. Brings up 4th and 12. Excuse me, 4th and
4th down and a couple, and it looks as though the Blue Devils are going to kick it. That's Dan Deeney in there. And now they got screwed up with players coming in and out. And that happens a lot when you try to get players in there, and you look up and all of a sudden you got 400 people ready to go in. So you've got to call a timeout, get things settled down a little bit. So Leominster takes a timeout. Quick timeout. He looks like he's going to run with it. And they missed the tackle, and that'd be close to a 1st down.
I really hope they didn't call that from the line of scrimmage, from the bench. To run a fake punt at 32-0 is really Bush.
he can't quite get there for the 1st down to the Red Raiders to take over here. On the 49 where it's 1st and 10.
I don't know what Dave Palazzi. I think he's telling him, why don't you kick the ball?
Well, I hope Dan Dean did it. The way they're talking, I think he did it on his own.
I don't think that was something that Dave Palazzi called for. First down for the Red Raiders. Pitch back, Marrero.
Marrero to the right side.
Marrero 40 down to the 45, staying on his feet. And they're going to whistle him dead at the 40-yard line. Still out there for the Red Raiders, and Here's the pitch back.
They'd like to get off the schneid and get the 0 off the board.
Yeah. A little bit short on that play, so we'll bring up a second down and second down and short, and a handoff goes to ISIS, and ISIS has a first down. Plunging over down to the 35-yard line. He has been out there and continues to be out there all day. Andrew Brooks. First down and 10, looking to pass, throws, and it is tipped up in the air. One of the Leominster linebackers, Dandini, is the guy that tipped it. See if it was him or somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, tried to hit the slant. And, yep, it was Dandini. He's been everywhere in this game.
Yep.
Both sides of the ball.
Second down and 10. ISIS cuts his way down to the 32.
Dandini again. On the tackle. Picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3 we'll call it. It's going to be 37.
Just 2.5 minutes to go. Here's the last play.
It's the way to bring down the big man, the low bridge.
Top man, bottom man.
There you top.
There's a pitch to the near side.
Out of bounds
And
by Dandini.
I thought I saw the referee clearly say to keep the clock.
It's the first down, so they momentarily stop at the reset.
Make up rules as we go along.
2 minutes to play.
Ball sits right now on the 25-yard line. First and 10. Blue Devils looking to pitch a shutout, no doubt. Looking to pass. Throws it deep to the end zone, and it is incomplete. There are flags coming down from everywhere.
Fires with hook just before it got there. That's gonna make it first and
See if we
goal.
can catch that for you.
You watch C.J. Byers at the end of the play, makes a nice adjustment to the flight of the ball as he cuts back right through the 2 defenders and just gets grabbed by the shoulder pads by Keith Jackson before the ball gets there. And that'll be a 10-yard or 15-yard penalty down to the 10, not like the pros that have been spotted at the 1.
If it was a close game, that wouldn't be called.
Oh, jeez.
Fumbled the ball.
Like it landed right between the legs of Facundo Isis, who was able to tie it up for a face-off.
There it is.
The snap never gets up to Brooks.
There it is.
And you watch Facundo Isis just fall, happen to fall right where the ball was.
Second and goal. Brooks back to pass. Throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind him. Cowett almost came down with it in the end zone, but it goes incomplete.
Looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and changed trajectory a little bit. but it somehow found it pretty close to the to Cowet's hands, and I think maybe that Kyle Jackson may also got a piece of it at the end.
He did, definitely. Third and goal.
Brooks again. Lobs it up.
To the end zone, incomplete.
DJ Byers, the intended target, incomplete.
Byers
Coverage
just
by
a little bit
Steve
off.
Jackson. Stops the clock, 55 seconds left. And we're gonna announce
Just a little bit overthrown off the fingertips of Byers.
drawing.
Well, the Raiders will get one more shot
Corner person is Iris Martinez.
to break the shutout.
Iris Martinez, our fourth quarter. Drawing for the game.
Thought there was an offside there, but watch out. Gets rid of it. End zone. Intercepted. Picked off. Thought he stepped out of bounds there. And he finally falls down in the end zone.
Leominster picks it off in the end zone. That's number
They're having a
3.
fun time in the truck.
Ball intended for Isis.
They overlay that audio on the game.
I know.
Brooks gets flushed out to his right. Tries to hit Isis in the end zone and just overthrown and right into the hands of Kyle Jackson for the interception.
Well, I think you'll have to. He was running around there.
Yeah, one knee, and this one will be over.
Now the crowd is kind of thinned out a bit. And as Mike had mentioned, probably one play.
And that'll do it.
32-0. And Dave Palazzi gets a bunch of ice.
The clock winds down.
Which in some years would have been worse than that.
And the Blue Devils win as their crowd comes out on the field. And the Red Raiders will get ready for next year.
Great game played here at the Rocker Field between Pittsburgh
Take a look at the teams, go through the lines here, and
Take care and have a safe holiday.
with our credits coming up soon, I'm sure, but they are. There's I didn't mean that quickly.
That's okay.
John Dextros obviously wants to get out of here. Eric Baird. Eric really wants to get out of here. And we're audio for you today. Hey, the cameras, look at those guys. Oster, Dorsey, Tim Dowse, Michael Smith, and Scott May. Gentlemen. Nick Lenny out of retirement today. Hey, fellas, we salute you. John Googety. Yo, yo, yo. Alex Baltazarian and Glenn Fossa handling our sideline interviews. Travis Falk, what would we do without him? It says technical, but he does so much more than that. Pittsburgh Access Television. Hope you enjoyed today's game. For Mike Flynn, I'm Dave Clark. The final score at Crocker Field. Leominster High School 32 and Pittsburgh High School 9. Have a great and safe Thanksgiving Day holiday.